Assalamu alaikum, I'm Aisha and you're watching SAMAA News. Here are today's headlines. Iran's military command says the world should be prepared for oil prices to reach $200 a barrel as tensions escalate in the Gulf. In a statement, military command spokesperson Ebrahim Zolfikari said oil price depends on regional security and blamed the United States for destabilizing it. Tehran said that several ships have come under attack in waters near the Strait of Hormuz, a key route for global energy supplies. Iran also launched fresh strikes against Israel and targets across the Middle East. On the other hand, an Iranian official says the newly appointed supreme leader, Mojtaba Khamenei, has been lightly injured but is continuing to operate. State television described him as war-wounded following US and Israeli strikes that targeted Iran's leadership at the start of the conflict. Khamenei has not appeared publicly or issued a message since his selection by a clerical assembly. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump says the war with Iran could end soon, as there is practically nothing left to target in Iran after nearly 2 weeks of strikes by the United States and Israel. In an interview with Axios, Trump said the conflict could end whenever he decides. President Donald Trump has escalated warnings to Iran, threatening military action if any mines remain in the Strait of Hormuz, a crucial passage carrying roughly 1/5 of global oil. The US military has eliminated 16 Iranian mine-laying vessels, with Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth confirming strikes targeted ships and storage facilities. Trump said technology used against drug traffickers could permanently eliminate any vessel attempting to mine the strait. Earlier confusion over tanker escorts added to global uncertainty, as a deleted claim that a US Navy convoy had escorted a tanker was later denied by the White House. Iran says will target economic and banking interests linked to the United States and Israel in the region after an overnight strike hit a building connected to Bank SAMAA in Tehran. A spokesperson for Iran's Qatam al-Anbiya military command accused the US and Israel of carrying out the attack, calling it an illegitimate action that could trigger retaliation against financial centers tied to the two countries. Global oil markets are in turmoil as conflicting reports on the US and Israel's operations against Iran create extreme volatility. Brent crude fell 17% on Tuesday, dipping below $80 a barrel before rebounding near $90 after a brief, now-deleted claim that the US Navy had escorted a tanker through the Strait of Hormuz. Prices later dropped below $85 amid talks of a historic oil reserve release by the International Energy Agency. The Strait of Hormuz, carrying about 1/5 of the world's oil, remains effectively closed due to Iranian threats, with US strikes on 16 mine-laying vessels failing to fully stabilize markets. Analysts warn rising prices could worsen global inflation and slow growth, prompting price caps and rationing in countries including South Korea, Thailand, Bangladesh, and Pakistan. US senators have raised concerns that President Donald Trump could deploy American ground forces in Iran, warning of growing risks amid the escalating conflict. After a classified briefing to the Senate Armed Services Committee, Senator Jan Shaheen said Democrats were alarmed by the administration's approach, citing intelligence that Russia may be providing Iran with targeting information on US bases and ships. Senator Richard Blumenthal warned the US could be heading toward a ground deployment, noting potential support for Tehran from Russia and China. Lawmakers are calling for public testimony to clarify the war's costs, risks, and strategy. Reports also suggest the White House may seek around $50 billion from Congress to fund the conflict. North Korea has voiced support for Mojtaba Khamenei as Iran's new supreme leader, praising the decision by Iran's Assembly of Experts. In a statement, Pyongyang condemned recent US and Israeli military strikes on Iran as unlawful attacks that threaten regional peace and stability. The announcement comes amid intensifying tensions between Iran and the US-Israel alliance. KCNA also highlighted North Korea's ongoing missile tests and nuclear developments, with leader Kim Jong-un emphasizing the importance of a strong nuclear deterrent. Pyongyang suggested potential diplomatic engagement with the US could improve if its nuclear status is recognized. The Iran conflict and Pakistan's ongoing airspace ban are creating major challenges for Indian airlines, forcing longer and more expensive routes to Europe and North America. According to aviation data firm Cirium, Indian carriers Air India and Indigo cancelled or did not operate 64% of their 1,230 scheduled flights to the Middle East, Europe and North America over the past 10 days due to airspace restrictions. Pakistan banned Indian carriers from its airspace in April last year, following military tensions, leaving airlines with limited alternatives as the Iran conflict further restricts regional routes. Analysts warn the situation could significantly hurt profitability, with HSBC estimating that a week of cancellations could cut airline annual pre-tax profits by about 1.2%. That's all for now. For more updates, visit www.SAMAA TV. Thank you for watching SAMAA News.